Mike, turn your games down.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to July 25. What are you playing from Games My Mom Found? I am Mike Albertin, and who's not getting outed on the Jumbotron with me tonight?
I am Desiree Corruption. I don't get out, so I don't go to places like that. But yeah.
I am the very special yellow pigman, Joe Butler.
That's what's on your head.
I'm Kyle F, and I'm doing the most awesome, intense, amazing, epic thing ever, and that is I just finished doing my laundry.
So the 7 to 10 business days of drying were up, huh?
Yes.
And I'm Cody Smith, and I've got some choices in what I've been playing. Some of them will make you say, "What a crock!" and others will make you say,
God.
You sure about that?
Well, I'm glad to have you on, Cody. I haven't had you on. Was the last episode of Advance Wars you were on? I can't remember.
I'd have to look back. It's been a while.
Oh, it's fine. Advance Wars also was a while. Hey, someday I'll get to that sequel. Yeah. I have no interest. For the record, I just don't care.
Fair enough.
Oh, man, Advance Wars, it was in 2021 we did that, and that was around the time or December of 2021, when the war was starting in Ukraine, that they postponed the game.
Yeah, and I actually did a video about it on my channel as well, and that was 2 years ago now. And they're just never going to make another Advance Wars ever again.
No, they're not.
But war is so much fun. It's so much fun.
Digital versions are. Yeah.
It'll be good for the economy.
It is, though.
Genocide is fun when it's in video games.
I was quoting the Cannon Fodder song.
Yeah, war, never been so much fun. Doo-doo-doo.
War.
All right, so I always like to start these off with a snap that I can't do. I still play Marvel Snap, but I'm starting to lose interest. I waited a couple hours before I said, fuck it, and still spent the $10. Or I waited a couple days, and I still bought the stupid season pass. I'm getting to the point, maybe I'll go a month without buying it, but I still play every day, but I'm a little losing. Well, they did something that pissed me off. Is normally the season pass is always $10. Well, this month they started doing a thing where they had a premium season pass already. Where you pay $20 a month, which is fine. I'm like, it's just cosmetics. I don't give a shit. But then they decided, no, to get another new card, you got to do this. And I was like, I don't like you. I did not do that. And I'm thinking of starting to finally fall off the game after all this time.
So now they're getting extremely predatory. All right.
Well, they lost their publisher because they used to be published by Newverse, but then Newverse, when the TikTok ban happened, when the Orange Fewer took over, they cut their ties with Newverse, and now they're publishing, I think they're publishing themselves for the moment while they're trying to find another publisher, so they're we got to make money.
If I recall correctly, Newverse also was the Metaverse.
Right, that game. Oh, that game.
But it's still one of those stupid things that they divorced themselves.
Multiverses. Okay, thank you.
Multiverses, yeah.
For a really dumb reason, because, TikTok's supposed to get banned, but the fucking bullshit with that shit.
Yeah.
That's what, and so I get why they're doing it. I get it why they're doing more practices that I don't care for, because they need to make more money. But, I wouldn't say it's predatory. The card is not, you don't need any of the new cards, really, there's enough stuff in the base game. If you were just to start playing nowadays, you could get a lot of good cards and choose what you want pretty easily. It's just someone like me who's trying to be card complete, which the game does not want you to be. It irritates me. But I still pay them, but I'm starting to lose a little interest. So, but we'll see.
I can't believe I'm living in a universe right now where Mike Albertin is actually losing interest in Marvel Snap. Oh my God, am I dreaming?
Jeez.
What happened?
I am card complete besides that one new card with the season pass. So I am still fucking close. But the fact that they want me to spend an extra $10, you do get some stuff, but I'm like, well, the part that really got me is every week they have what's called weekend missions, and you can earn gold by by winning with the season pass card. It's one of the benefits you get by buying the season pass. And last week they did it where you had to use the extra season pass card, and then I shook my fist in the air at Marvel Snap. But I don't know. I still play. It's just it's my mobile game, and I'm like, what can I do right now while I'm sitting here with nothing to do? I'll just play a couple rounds of Marvel Snap because I could give a shit.
That's how they fucking hook you.
Oh, I know. Because I don't care if I win or lose. None of that matters to me.
Yeah, the first hit's always free, don't you know?
Of course.
I mean,
Bastard.
the game was never free for me because I bought the season pass since I first started playing. So, but no, it's still there. I just also don't like the season. We're in the Fantastic Four season because the movie. So, I mean, we already had all the Fantastic Four characters. They were early in the game, but now we get Fantastic Four first steps.
Did you guys hear about the Fantastic Four skins that are coming to Fortnite?
Oh, God.
I have, yes.
Boo.
I like that joke. I'm enjoying how that's been going around on
I
the
hate
internet.
it. Thanks. I hate it. That's terrible.
I was trying to think of a funny follow up where it's like that my parents performed gender affirming care on me when I was a baby, so I can't show my Fantastic Four skin.
Funny you should say that. That kind of literally happened to me when I was born. It sucks. Hooray!
Society's not nice.
Yeah, it sucks.
All right, and that's all. And the only other game to mention is one other mobile game, Doomsday Survivor. I still play that. It's stupid. I don't know why. I know why I play it, but it's stupid. I still play it every day, but they never got $1 from me, so there's that.
Yeah, that's understandable.
So I don't. It's just a random game. Like, oh, I'll do my dailies, and that's it. So, all right, Joe, what is some stuff you've been playing?
So I'm going to start off with a not video game. I've decided to do probably the stupidest thing that'll affect my wallet probably in a long time. I decided to, instead of, Mike talks about his card game every month, so I decided it's about time for me to get into my own card game. So I decided to start playing fucking Digimon for some stupid reason.
Nice.
That sounds like a bad decision.
Yeah, it was. I spent $300, but I got a really cute Terriermon deck.
Oh.
And just for the word of warning, Digimon's like a really weird game. You basically either have to buy prefab decks, but if you like collect through like the booster system, you basically have to either buy the full like box that comes with all the cards, or you also have to or you get the prefab deck, take the cards out you want and put more in, because the prefab deck that I bought has a bunch of shit. Like, we basically opened the pack. Like, it was me, my husband, and then 2 other friends. We both bought 2 packs, so we had 4 packs. And between the four of those, we didn't even have enough to make like a good deck. So play it as you will. It's Digimon. It's different. It's not Pokemon. It's not Yu-Gi-Oh.
But you have to like evolve, right? Your cards.
It's all evolution and like cost. Like, you have a counter where you have to count like how you basically do stuff. And it's part of the weirder thing about the game is there is Digivolutions, but every time you do summon something, it goes more into your like opponent's counter. So I could summon like a mega level Digimon in the first turn, but then my opponent's counter is, I'm not gonna be able to attack. It's got summoning sickness, and then my opponent score goes from, because you start off with 3 each round unless you hit 0. Really weird, complicated rule, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually I think it's pretty fun, but holy shit, do I not want to spend more money on a card game again. Magic the Gathering.
This is why I don't play any card games in real life.
Joe, quick question about the Digimon card game. Is there like a video game analog? Like Magic has like Arena, which is kind of more of the like arcadey version of the game. And then there's obviously MTGO or Moto if you're nasty. But so like, is there like a Digimon, the trading card game on Steam somewhere?
There is a Digimon. You can go to the app, and there's a game there's a app that'll teach you how to play the game. And it'll give you like some of their prefab decks, but I don't think it was very good in my personal opinion. I think it was okay because honestly, my husband learned to play it with his friends, and I think he taught me more about the game than the actual game taught me. So it's kind of pick your own poison kind of thing. I think you should, if anything, most of the time card games, if you're not 100% sure about it, just buy it with friends. That way y'all can all learn together and not be fucking annoying.
Fair enough.
I can get that.
I just stay away from card games that are real.
Fair.
I'm scared of them. They will take my money.
They will take your money. I have no money left.
Oh, no.
I'm sure it had nothing to do with that little black creature that was in your arms earlier, too. So
Yeah, where the fuck did that thing go anyways? It was
I
around here
don't know.
somewhere. That's
Joe
fine.
adopted a cat recently.
Yeah, I'll get to that later.
Okay.
So that is Catmon, right? Or cat?
That thing,
Catmon?
my cat, no, my cat's V, because we couldn't figure out what to name his goofy ass.
And Kyle, what is some stuff you've been playing?
Well, I've got quite the load of gaming stuff for this time around on the show. So to start things off, I was very happy this time around with the Steam summer sale, and I actually got quite a nice amount of video games I'm really happy with. So, thanks to a good friend of mine who was really, really sweet and got me a game series. I actually, because it was also super cheap, it was like, I think $20 for like 3 games. I got the collection of Resident Evil remakes off the Steam sale. So I got Resident Evil 2
neat.
Remake, Resident Evil 3 Remake, and the Resident Evil 4 Remake. And I'm extremely fucking happy. I love all of those games very, very much.
Did you get the Resident Evil 1 remake as well?
I actually bought that like years ago, so I already have it. So yeah, the deal I got was just the 3 games, and actually no, it wasn't even $20. It was like $15. So I was like, fuck yeah, that's a steal.
Not
And
bad at all.
yeah, like I said, a friend of mine was really fucking sweet and got me it, and I was like, oh my god, you're fucking amazing. Thank you so much. Holy shit, I don't deserve this. I'm garbage. Anyways, yeah, I got those, and I'm really, really happy. I've been playing them, and oh my god, fuck, those remakes are just phenomenal. Like, the original Resident Evil games are already just great. Like, they're perfect for what they are, and especially their time of when they were created, but the remakes, just, holy shit, I don't know how you can top perfection, but somehow they do it. And man, that Resident Evil 4 remake especially, I fucking love the hell out of that game. I'm already a fan of the original Resident Evil 4, but like, the remake kind of fixes certain things that I never liked about the original game, where like, the original game's like an 8 out of 10 for me, and the remake's like a 10 out of 10. So, yeah, those remakes are just amazing. And then, luckily, I was able to work out a deal, and I was able to pick up on my own volition, because I've never actually bought the game before, because it's always been very expensive, and the game's already like 2.5 years old now. I finally picked up Sonic Frontiers from Steam, the Steam Summer Sale. That was also actually really fucking cheap. So now I finally have Sonic Frontiers, and I can finally play that game. And I'm really happy. Really, really happy with that, because I like Sonic. I've liked the Sonic games. There are games in the series that I don't like as much, but like, I don't know. I've always liked Sonic. Like, I played them as a kid. I played them again as an adult, and it's like, oh yeah, I actually still like a lot of the stuff. So yeah, I'm really happy to play that. Sonic Frontiers feels like there's a lot of things that it does that I've seen from gameplay that it's like, oh, I feel like a Sonic 3D game needed to be like this for a while now, and I'm like happy they're finally doing it. So yeah, I can't wait to start playing that. And this wasn't off the Steam sale. A couple of friends of mine are like really, really obsessed with Deltarune. In fact,
Okay.
a marriage partner of one of my friends, who I'm also friends with, I'm friends with both of them, they have been like going nuts over Deltarune, and they're like really obsessed with the soundtrack, and they've been amazed by the story, and they were like, oh, Kyle, do you know about this? And I'm like, yeah, of course I know. It's Toby Fox. Like, guys, I'm a fucking Earthbound fanatic. Like, I've known Toby Fox. I mean, I don't know him like personally, because we're not like best buds or anything, but like, I've known about Toby Fox since, like, the 2000s when he was on Starman.net and when he was doing stuff for, like, Homestuck. Like, I've known about Toby Fox for fucking eons. Yeah, I've known about Toby Fox for fucking eons. Like,
and the Halloween Earthbound.
Yeah, the Halloween Earthbound ROM hack. So, yeah, I've known about Toby Fox for eons. And yeah, and then, like, I've also played Undertale, and I fucking loved Undertale. I thought that game was fucking brilliant and a beautiful take on the idea of Earthbound and just going in so many different directions. I loved it. And so, I proved nothing, and I was like, you don't have to, but, like, that was really fucking sweet of them. My friend bought me a copy of Deltarune, because I actually still haven't bought it yet, because I only played it when it was, when Toby Fox brought out the first chapter for free, because he did that with, like, I think it was on Switch and a few other things where you could get the first chapter for free before it started charging it as a full game. Because now that it's like all out now, I guess. Anyways, my friend bought me a copy of Deltarune, and I've actually been playing that, and it's fantastic too. I actually kind of prefer the combat and Deltarune over Undertale a little bit. I feel like it still has a lot of the interesting morality choices, which I like. I think that keeps the game very interesting and fresh. I think it's a bold new take for a video game, especially an RPG, and I like my RPGs, So yeah, I've been playing Deltarune, and it's fantastic too. It has the quirky charm of a lot of Toby Fox stuff, and the characters are interesting. I like them. I'm not too far in it now. I can't say anything too much for plot, plus I don't want to spoil anything, but I do love Deltarune. It's really damn nice. I can't wait to play more of it.
Okay, cool.
As well as that, I've been on a personal mission now recently, the past couple of days, where I want to complete all 5 Super Bomberman games for the Super Nintendo or the Super Famicom. So I started that, and I completed Super Bomberman 1 live on Discord with a friend of mine. Not with, but like he was watching. And I did it all by myself, and I beat it. And man, that final boss, holy shit, is kind of annoying, but I like the idea of it. You have to beat the final boss, you have to plant a bomb, and then you have to, like, punch the bomb to send it in the air, and you have to throw the bomb at the boss to actually defeat it. You don't just plant a bomb and watch it explode. You have to throw the bomb at the boss. And I did that, and then I beat Super Bomberman 2 earlier today. The final boss in Super Bomberman 2 also requires that same gimmick, which I'm like, all right, come on, guys, this is getting a little old. But I still like Super Bomberman 2. Another good game. I love the Bomberman games. I have been playing Super Bomberman 3 a little earlier this evening. I'm on I believe the 3rd world at the moment. So hopefully the next time I'm on the show, I will have completed hopefully all 5 Super Bomberman games. And I actually went on another little mission of gaming that, this was for a game that I really ended up hating. And man, it's weird because I love the franchise that it's in, and I have nothing to say but good things about that series. Even for the games that for a lot of people, like, hate, I love. But oddly enough, this game, I fucking hated. I completed a Castlevania, A Circle of the Moon for the Game Boy Advance, and
Nice.
I fucking hate the shit out of that game. Jesus Christ. That game has aged terribly. Like, and it's sad too, because like there are Castlevania games that I know that people like despise. They're like, oh, this is the fucking
That's
worst game ever. And I actually love them. So, for example, I actually really love the Castlevania 64 video games. I love those Castlevania N64 games. I love them. I think they're very underrated and overhated. I love the soundtracks to them. I love the gameplay to them. I think, like, a Castlevania in 3D, like, I like the attempt that Konami did with those games. I know they're flawed. I'm not going to disagree with that. They are very flawed. But I still think they're actually pretty good for what they are. Like, I like them. I have fun with them. I think they're solid little games. I also, well, actually, I'll admit that this game is also kind of terrible, but I still like it because, like, the soundtrack is fucking incredible and one of the best of the series, and, like, I also really like the graphics, too. Like, it has a certain style of it. Haunted Castle for the arcade, which is part of the series canon. It's developed by Konami. It's Castlevania for the arcade, and it's, like, also kind of terrible, but, like, the soundtrack for that game is fucking incredible and amazing. I especially love the songs that are exclusive to that game only, Cross Your Heart, and I forgot what the second stage song is called, but I love that song, too. That song kicks ass. So yeah, I completed Castlevania, Circle of the Moon, and fuck, that game pissed me off so much.
What specifically pissed you off? No.
Everything. The enemies are way too cheap. The physics of that game are terrible. Your character moves way too slow. Even when he runs, he's too slow. Also, he feels like a fucking rock, like jumping. It feels like he's so weighed down, and it just feels awful. The enemies are too annoying and way too cheap. Like, it is so easy to die in that game for the wrong reasons, and, like, the pacing feels bad, especially for a Castlevania game, which sucks, because I feel like the pacing for a lot of Castlevania games are perfect. But yeah, one of the very worst of the series. I hated Circle of the Moon. Fuck that game. I'm not gonna discredit or like anything of people who like it. You know, if you like it, fuck yeah, good for you. But I'm sorry, I hated it. But yeah,
tell us how you truly feel.
Sure, I will. It fucking sucks balls, and I hate it. And I'd like to physically destroy a copy, but I also don't because I hate when people do that. But yeah, I fucking hate the shit out of that game. Yeah, and I believe that might be everything. I think... Oh yeah, actually, to finish off my little segment for the gaming section, so I've actually fallen into a bit of a rabbit hole of obscure franchises. And there's this Japanese series that's very almost exclusively Japanese. It started off for I believe the PC-88, a Japanese computer, the NEC PC-98. that has a ton of really cool video game stuff on it. Look up the YouTube channel Basement Brothers. They do really cool retrospectives about the PC 98 and like all these really cool games.
Yeah,
So-
I've seen them. They're good.
Yeah. So a series that I kind of got into because I'm also a fan of a series that's not related to it but plays a lot like it. I've fallen into a rabbit hole with the Zoc series, which is spelled X-A-K, Zoc. I believe the kanji of the title, it's supposed to be pronounced, I think, as Zaku. I think it's supposed to be pronounced as Zaku, but a lot of people just call it Zoc, so I'll call it that. And I've actually started to slowly play the Zoc series. The way I actually started playing it, though, was actually through a remake for the Super Famicom that only came out in Japan, which sucks, but it does have an English fan translation. And the combat's kind of weird. It plays a bit more like a Zelda game because you actually swing your sword in the remake, but it's actually still like very much like bump-based combat. You kind of have to get used to it. Like, you just like, like play the game and it's just sort of like, you kind of have to bump along with swinging your sword, but once you get it, like, it gets really simple. So I've been currently playing through that. I still haven't beaten it yet, but I'm quite a bit further into it. And I'm actually really liking it. The soundtrack for the Zoc games are awesome, especially the first two. And I think sometime in the next few weeks, I might start playing the PC 98 originals. None of them have been translated yet, but there are like Japanese walkthroughs and like stuff on YouTube, so I might be able to fudge my way through it. So yeah, that's pretty much been me with gaming the past few months.
And Desiree, do you have a few games you want to mention?
Yes. One of the first that I've been playing the most, the most since it came out, is Mecha Break.
Not heard of this.
Yeah, it's an awesome team-based. Well, it has 3 different modes. It has the team-based, objective-based. It has a 3-on-3 deathmatch. It has the 3-on-3 team deathmatch and a roam around extraction mode and giant mechs you can pilot around. And one of my favorites is called the Falcon, which is basically it's a mech that can turn into a plane, to a jet, like Macross and whatnot. And it is just, I should be on a watch list because I'm just a serial harasser in that game. Is what Falcon can do. It can just bug other people and be just an annoyance.
I always enjoy
Just a
Macross
menace.
references.
Yeah, I'm just a menace on the field. And it's really good. And it's free to play. It's got typical kind of free to play things. It has a battle pass, it has costumes, it has stuff, which I will happily pay for some things because I really like that, because support the creators. And I think, Andy, you have any questions about that game?
Didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, it's been in early. It's had multiple betas over the last couple months, and it just fully came out with the season 0 in the first July. So I've been playing that, and it's just fun being, as I said, being fighter pilot, fighter jet, just looking for people to bug to.
Hey, as long as you're having fun, all that matters.
And piggybacking on what's it, Jason, Josh,
Joe?
the Yellow Pikmin. Yeah.
That's your new name, Joe. Yellow Pikmin.
Yeah,
I love being Pikmin.
I have been spending I've also been spending money on cards, but I've been spending them on Final Fantasy Magic cards.
God.
I look at them, but I will not touch them. Cody, I know you used to be a big Magic the Gathering fan.
Yeah, I'm actually selling out of Magic right now, and
Smart.
Final Fantasy is kind of the straw that broke my camel's back, personally. I don't mind the universes beyond. I just don't like them in standard. I don't like them being like, I don't want to, like, they already have increased the frequency of set releases so much that I have a hard time keeping up with it. And so, like, I play Eternal formats mostly now, like Modern and Legacy. And so, like, I just don't want to have to deal with changing cards constantly.
Sorry,
and
my camera's messed up. I
You're
can't.
fine.
And adding all those cards, I think, just like I think that one of the upcoming sets is SpongeBob, and it's like
Wait, that's real?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
like, so I don't want to be playing like Modern and then have my Merfolk deck that's like steeped in 30 years of Magic lore be blocked by fucking Squidward.
Here's
You know what I mean?
I got Freya from Final Fantasy IX.
Nice.
Awesome character.
But yeah, Magic
Yeah.
is fun. I'm not there anymore.
No, that's fair. That's why I was curious because like I thought about it when they released this Final Fantasy. I haven't played Magic since Phyrexian Invasion Saga that time. So Odyssey came out was when I quit a long time ago.
I mostly play Commander now, and here's Sabin suplexing the train. Sorry for your audio listeners.
I do want that card. I want a lot of these cards, but not to play the game, but just to have them. But I'm like, no.
Yeah, the art's really good.
Art is really good.
I can't go down that road.
Here's our fabulous cat boy from 14, Graha.
Funny when you say 14,
Desiree,
I'm like, what's that? Never heard of it.
Sorry
Question.
for being...
I don't know if
Yes?
you remember there's a software that allows you to play Magic for free. I forgot what the name of it was.
Magic Online.
No, it's a digital one. It's
Still there.
It's a third party app that you could just build with any Magic cards you want, and the steps aren't manual. Like you kind of have to like manually go through the steps.
Yeah, I think it's called Magic Online or some other thing. But there's also Spell Table. You can just play with...
That sounds interesting. I won't mess with it, but it does sound cool. I mean, one card game is bad enough for me. I can't.
This is one of the legacy reprints. It's Vayne from Final Fantasy 12. It's like a full art reprint of what's it?
Cockatrice. Cockatrice
Flynn,
was the
Spin.
the two used to be a 2/4, right? That flying, and then if you block it, you become petrified or destroy a card or something. The only time I play Magic the Gathering is every year throughout the year at some point I will sit down and play Magic the Gathering Chandelar game on PC, and I run through that because I know every single card by heart. That's the only Magic the Gathering I mess with anymore.
Yeah, there's an online open source software called Cockatrice, and it is a way to play Magic with basically any card ever made in Magic, and maybe we should get a game in, Desiree. I could load in some of my decks.
I would love the Spell Table but you don't play Commander, I bet.
Yeah, I'm selling out of my Commander stuff as we speak, actually.
How about just send off the record? You just send that stuff to me. How about that?
If you want to send the money, I'm sure he will gladly.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, a little pivot, shift, and whatnot. I'm still playing Final. I'm still playing Fantasy 14. Still, it's got hooked in my soul and whatnot. And trying to think of what other games I've played. Need to look at my Steam. I have my Steam list. Yeah,
I completely forgot we had a fucking Steam sale. So whenever Kyle said something about a Steam sale, I was like, fuck, I knew I forgot something.
Is that a bad thing?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
I did pick up Deltarune from it, but I've yet to play and poke at it because I played first demo of Deltarune 1, and because I played Undertale and I resonated a lot with the non-violent route, and I think I just I stopped playing Deltarune whenever you would get to the part where you would actually have to fight and have two other characters on your team who would do whatever they want and mess things up, which is probably in retrospect not necessary or didn't matter, but it mattered to me, damn it. But I'm gonna try and hold that down, try to go past it and try to play more of it.
Okay.
Deltarune's not bad. The only thing I can honestly recommend, if you've somehow managed to avoid spoilers or don't care about spoilers, I'm honestly waiting for the last chapter to come out. I watch people play it just because I don't have time or like the patience to go through that. So I've just been watching people play it, but I know because it's supposed to be, I think, 5 or 7 episodes. I want to say probably.
Let's try to be careful with spoilers. Like just a heads up. Like let's not spoil it.
Well, no, it's not. It's not nothing with the story. The game confirms there's a certain number of chapters. I just don't remember there's 5 or 7. But the way I see it is I'm not gonna play it until the last chapter comes out. And when the last chapter comes out, I'm going complete media blackout and then playing the whole thing myself.
Nice.
Yeah,
okay.
I guess I've been spoiled by a couple things. Just I'm not going to mention what they are. Just through watching YouTube and TikTok and whatnot.
Well, that's the joy of the internet.
Probably just some characters and whatnot that are big and prominent in and memed about. So I found one I want to talk about. It's called Corpse Keeper, if you've heard of it.
Only because my good friend Phoebe I think Phoebe talked about it. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, I don't know.
Say some weird shit. So.
Corpse Keeper is basically a side to side. It's a side view, walking down a hallway and getting into fights as a necromancer, summoning souls in a roguelike. So as I said, it's basically side by side. You are a necromancer. You are deep in a dungeon somewhere. You have your necromancer shop or like your necromancer little home base to craft undead soul people in the specific classes like Magic Knight, Rogue, and whatnot. And whenever you're ready, you go through the right-hand door and you start walking down a hallway. And eventually, while you're walking down the hallway, you will bump into other necromancers or other undead out there, and you summon your undead to fight in like a almost fighting game, like a rock paper scissors type of fighting game with different abilities, different ways to swing, different speeds you swing at. And I've only played like an hour or two of it. I'm really interested in playing more, so that's I think I got it on the Humble Bundle choice, or I think somebody put it in a giveaway in one of the servers I was in. And also, I played this demo called Dead as Disco.
Okay, I like that name.
And it's basically you're playing the fighting system of Batman, Arkham City, and whatnot, but you're a disco dude, and you are going through a gauntlet, a roguelike, kind of like Sifu, but fight and hit at the beat of the music.
Okay.
And well, it's not like Hi-Fi Rush where you're judged on how well you hit the beat. You just go through beating up waves of bad guys. And one of the great modes it has a practice training or whatever survival mode where you can add your own music. And well, you add your own music, then you go into as you add your music, it starts playing, and you have to hit to the beat to get the BPM set up.
All right, that sounds cool.
It plays like Batman too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's like hits, there's counters, it's pretty early now. There's not a lot of the fancy stuff that Batman does. There's no counter to people, hit them together, or there's no like linking stuff like that. But it's basic, but it's fun. And it's
the art style looks really cool.
Yeah, it's free right now because it's a demo on Steam. So I'm very looking forward to that.
You can also upload your own songs to it too.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Have you people been paying attention? Desiree said like all this stuff already.
No, I got a weird message from my husband.
So you said keep the hat on?
Well, then you'll just have to listen back to the podcast. I'm not going to repeat myself.
I've also been up to other shenanigans today, so.
No, there's also a small black creature that's debating how to murder you and how to get fed at the same time. So there's that too.
That thing's behind me, knocked out with the dog, thankfully. So they're getting along. So that makes me feel a lot better.
That's good. That's stressful.
Thank you for this recommendation. I'm totally going to check this out. This looks really cool.
And
it sounds cool.
Off the top of my head right now, I'm looking at my list. Not much I want to shout out or talk about.
Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing. Oh no, I don't know if I mentioned this last month or whatnot. There's this emulator program called 3D Sen. You can get it on Steam, and it's basically a Nintendo NES emulator where you load in a ROM wherever you get it from.
Wink.
Yeah. By methods, whatever method you choose or not choose, and you load it in. There's specific list of games it supports, and when you put in a game it supports, it takes all the sprites and whatnot, almost all the sprites, whatever they can trick and whatnot, to make it into like fake 3D polygon. And that's like a 3D diorama. Like, say, you're playing Castlevania for the NES. The things you walk on are basically like little. I think they're using voxels to do this, to create a little runway in blocks that your character goes on, which is still flat, I think.
Yeah,
Some
just
of
the
them
illusion.
can.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And
What's it
you
called?
can also and you can also with your right stick and left stick, you can move it in and out. Like can turn it around, flip it around, look at the little I think it uses the layers to create the little boundaries and whatnot. It's a nice piece of kit. Just say cool. I think it was made for VR in mind, but it's also you can do it in desktop.
Okay. All right. And Cody, do you have some games to mention?
Yeah, I've got 3 here. 2 that I have kind of less to say about. First, I don't know about y'all, but my local Walmarts and Targets are slowly shrinking their physical games collection. And so every once in a while, as I'm perusing Target or Walmart, a game will just come across and it'll be like $10 for the one last copy of this we have, right? And so like I'll just snatch it up. And so one of those games recently was Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and I got it for $10 from Walmart, so that was pretty neat. And it's fun.
That's a 360, or is that a 360 game?
No.
It's a Series
Oh.
X.
Oh,
Yeah, it came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard it plays like
It's
Fallout.
Far Cry.
No, yeah, Far
not
Cry.
Fallout.
Basically-
Far Cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it plays like Far Cry.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
played a little bit of it.
It's very Far Cry. I'm just in the second world area. I haven't gotten very far, but it's very fun. It's very pretty. The second one I don't have a lot to say about, but was a lot of fun. I mean, it's fun to play. I picked it up on limited run, but it's available digitally everywhere. Panzer Paladin. It came
Ooh,
with
I've
this
seen-
alternate art. It's pretty cool. I don't know if I can get the camera to focus.
Yeah, I've seen that on different. Yeah, I've heard of that. It looks good. It's like a NES side scroller.
Yeah, it's a side
It's like Shovel Knight.
scroller.
It's Shovel Knight. It's kind of
Yeah, it's kind of like Shovel Knight. So you can pick up weapons and they have a degradation. So they wear down as you use them. But each weapon also has a unique spell attached to it. So like some weapons will be like a cure, some weapons will be like fire blasts, So they do different things, but they're also your upgrade points. So like you save as many weapons as you can, and then you can bank them to like upgrade your health and like destroy them for like their soul essence or whatever. I mean, if you find it on sale and you like side scrollers, like
And you can create your own weapons with a pixel creator, right?
I think you can. I didn't look into that too much. I did kind of rush through the game. Not rush, but like it was kind of it's not a super hard game. Like you can kind of cruise through it pretty quickly, but I had a few other games that I was kind of wanting to get to, so I was like, I'll just kind of jaunt through this. But it was a good time.
My favorite type of game. Stuff you can get through quick.
And this last one, I actually have a discussion question for the crew. And this was
Sure.
plug for the Games My Mom Found Discord. Somebody recommended this game and likened it to The Legend of Dragoon. And the game I'm going to talk about is Clair Obscure Expedition 33.
Oh, yeah,
Yo, nice.
yeah.
And this was a game that when I heard that comparison, I immediately ordered it. And so this was the game I was wanting to get to. I played it. I took my time with it. I beat it over about a month, and it's a fairly recent game. And so I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil anything about it, right? But my discussion question is because I don't know if this fact is a spoiler, because and so you can cut this out if you feel that it's too spoilery. But
I feel so. I've played was essentially the opening. I feel just in sense, if you're interested in the game, you can't not know what it's about. So as what Cody says, I don't consider it a spoiler because it's really the point of the game. So you can't not know it. So go ahead, Cody.
sure.
As point of thing, I think I've played the prologue. When I
Okay.
got to the start of Act 1, I stopped, and I haven't
Okay.
played it back since.
So what I'm about to say is not going to like spoil anything in the story, but it's more about the pacing. And so there's like a lot that you learn like about 90% of the way through the game, and it was like, oh shit, that's really cool. And like, oh, that makes all this other stuff like really stand out in my memory, and like I want to go back and replay it. But so like my question to the group is like, I feel like the pacing in Clair Obscur does such a good job because I never felt like I was bottlenecked anywhere. And so like the story felt like it was going really good. And then it at the like 88% mark, it just accelerated. And it just like it went to like 110 miles an hour and it just didn't stop until the end of the game. And I was like, fuck, that was so good. And I don't know if like talking about how the story is structured ruins it in a way because of like if you think about like what the ending of the story is, that kind of like colors how I think about it. I don't know. It's a very fun game if you like turn-based RPGs. It has a Persona 4 Golden interface, and it was a lot of fun.
It looks really cool.
I'll go ahead and get into a little bit there. I thought you were going to talk about that. I love the idea of that.
Yeah.
Of that pacing, because that, if anything, the reason why I bought the game, which it reminds me of specifically, it's very much near Automata.
Mm-hmm.
What is it where thinking of both those games also do that, where you play a lot of the game and then right at the like 90% mark, you get pretty much the entire lore drop for the entire game you're playing. So it's nice to play that. Plus, I say that because the French have a really weird way of being depressed, and I like it.
It is very sad.
Can I just say the same quickly? I actually still have not played this game yet. I'm going to, but it has me very, very intrigued. Sorry, you go on, Joe.
No, and I'll pique your interest as well. Mike, do you know what the game's about at all?
I know there's
the
33
premise,
expeditions. Yeah. I know a little bit, yes.
Yeah, I know the basic premise, what stakes are, and who is the bad guy, quote unquote. Because there's probably some twists.
Yeah, I know. I have a lot of people. It's one of those few games where I'm like, maybe I should work this into the schedule next year. I doubt it will happen, but it's one of those where I'm just like,
Yeah, it's in essence, which I'd love to talk about for a little bit here on the podcast, because it's really good. It's a really good form of reference. The point of the game, which is sad French, is at some point a giant paint goddess came down, and I'm talking this way to avoid spoilers, so if I forget anything, I'm purposely leaving stuff out, things like that. Paint goddess came down and painted the number 99, and basically every year she counts down from 99. Quit playing with the cat treats. She comes down.
He quits playing with the cat treats. That's an interesting plot line.
It counts down every year, and if it hits that number, you die at that age.
You're gourmage.
Yeah, you're gourmage, which is basically like a Thanos snapping, but you turn to rose petals.
Oh.
So the game starts off at the end of the 34th year, starting on the 33rd, where everyone at the or turning the age of 33 is going to die. So everyone 32 and under can go on this journey to try to stop the paintress from fucking killing people. And that opening gives so much into this universe, because like I said, that's the only part I played, and you can get buckets of interesting things on this world. One of the examples is the main character is with his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend, and the reason why they're not together is because she wanted kids. But the whole idea that the main character has is he's like, why are we going to have kids if we're just going to fade away one day? And like they're just going to be orphans. And that's one of the things in the game where you see running around. There's just handfuls of kids running around because they don't have parents because they're dead.
So there's actually a lot of really interesting backstory of like, even just in that opening town of Lumiere, where like there are whole political factions that are against these expeditions, and and basically they're like, we need to set up social systems because there's going to be a time when there are no adults. And so we need to set up our children as safely as possible to make sure that you have the most amount of time with your kids, but that your kids are still raised to as adult as they could be. And so like that is just such it's not something that as dystopian as America, but like
it's a weird magical bullshit concept.
Yeah, absolutely. It's anime as fuck. Like it is very but it's a very cool game.
And speaking of that, I actually consider this super anime as well, because it's one of the things where I talk to my partner a lot, and I can go a couple references as well. I love having newer series where it's like, this is our new introduction to the series. Oh, well, is the main character some like 16-year-old kid? No, the main character for Expedition 33 is a 32-year-old man who's seen some shit. So, it's nice to have an adult main character for once.
And it's very
Yeah.
sad. If you're not in a great place emotionally, I would not recommend this game. It is like everybody that is alive in the world has watched everybody in their life die every year. And so like it is just a very it starts in a very dark place and it very quickly gets very much darker. Not to say that it's not funny in some places. The gestrels are great. They're like these like wooden painted like kind of like Moogles almost. Like they run shops and you can fight them to get better equipment from them. So they don't respect people that can't beat them in battle. So they save their best gear for people that can beat them. But
Okay.
yeah, they're fun. Yeah, so I highly recommend it.
The game sounds badass. Like it's been a game that so many people have talked about this year, and I normally don't give a shit about games right when they come out because I just don't care. And this is one of the few games where I'm like, I'm actually interested. Like maybe I'll play this sooner.
Yeah. Most of the people I've seen talk about it or heard talk about it is about the gameplay as well being really solid at giving you chances and whatnot to help or get you to build just game-breaking builds and stuff to just wreck super bosses and whatnot that are around.
Well, how many times can you say a game is like Legend of the Dragoon and not like Sony will ever make a sequel? So hey, you don't get to say that a whole lot.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, what is it? Train of thought. Also, I'm very proud of the internet because I've not gotten spoiled on this game. I get spoiled by a lot of shit, surprisingly. One thing, thankfully, which I'll also go into later, I haven't been spoiled on Death Stranding either, but
You walk a lot.
yeah, we'll really get into that.
Abe kills Dumbledore.
No, every time I see someone talk about this game, they're like, well, how is it? And every single response, like Cody said, is I'm not telling you. Just know it's a good, sad game and just go play it. And I thankfully haven't been spoiled for it. And I need to fucking beat Death Stranding so I can restart it again.
Thank you for reminding me. I started Death Stranding 2.
Holy fucking shit, Death Stranding.
I've only gotten to the second build thing you have to bring to the network, like in Mexico.
Oh.
But
okay.
the start of it is really cool.
I'll try not to get too much in the spoilers, but Death Stranding 2 is really good. It's still very Hideo Kojima. He learned to get off my keyboard. He learned...
I love this.
He learned to get off your keyboard. That's amazing.
Yeah.
He learned a lot of stuff that he didn't. One of the issues is that you don't really get weapons in the very beginning of the first game. In the second one, the second thing you get is like a weapon, which is honestly nice.
Yeah, you get a assault rifle, shotgun, and a pistol with like rubber bullets or knockout bullets for
They're
the
smart.
BTs.
They're smart
for
bullets.
or someone said they are rubber bullets coated in well, not just nano.
Is he Batman?
No,
It's the
you know
future.
what? Well,
Okay.
you know what the bullets and whatnot are made of in Death Stranding 1.
Never played Death
Oh.
Stranding 1. It's on my list to maybe someday get to.
Oh, it's your piss blood.
It's a Hideo
Yeah,
Kojima thing.
yeah.
So there's like, I'm sure there's nanocells that damage just the neurological parts.
No, John said it or Jason said it. It's piss. It's
Piss blood.
Joe.
yeah.
I'm
blood.
Joe.
Joe, sorry.
I mean, he wasn't wrong if you say John, to be fair. So,
Yeah, John's half right. Yeah, it's piss blood. You shoot piss blood bullets.
all right.
That's from your character. You go to the bathroom in this little safe spot, and you get materials for bullets and whatnot.
They fixed that goofiness in the second game because now they have 3D printed blood that was made more
Of course they do.
potent than Norman Reedus and his funky fetus's blood. So now you no longer have to bleed yourself dry. And you do. There's a boomerang you get. Obviously, because the whole point of the game is the minor spoiler, the tutorials in Mexico, which is technically Texas, which is fine with me. And then you go to Australia, which is the full game.
So this game wasn't banned in Texas then?
Funny enough, you can visit the Trump wall and it's completely destroyed and easy to get through. So,
That's great.
yeah.
Good job, Hideo.
Did you notice
Surprised
that?
the game's not banned here then.
Yay! That's awesome. Woo!
Did you notice that, Desiree, when you like cross like there's like that first area? Yeah, there's the big Trump. But it's a Hideo Kojima game. What is it? His characters are weird. You're on a boat. There's a weird plot where women are stuck at 7 months pregnant.
Oh,
That-
okay.
Yeah,
And though I have been spoiled that one of the places you connect to has a prominent VTuber avatar. Yeah.
I have met the VTuber, and you have to get through numerous mines to get to her, just like her goofy VTuber self is. I kept doing her because she gives you a bunny hat, and I fucking love that bunny hat. What is it? Man with no hand says he has phantom pain. Man who is skeleton looks like Solid Snake. Baby,
We have those
baby,
ideas from.
yeah, baby is inside tube once again. Just shooting stuff that's happened without spoiling it, like JoJo. You can do that like JoJo.
Yeah, the first scene you come into is you carrying the baby grown up a little, and you have to dangerously go down the side of a mountain to get to your home base.
If you fall on your stomach, you can kill the baby.
Cody, does any of this make you want to play Death Stranding 2?
I still have not played Death Stranding 1.
Me either.
It's one of those things that I don't have a PlayStation. So I have PC and then I have Xbox.
It's on PC.
Yeah, it's on PC, but it's like I
No,
just have
it's
there's
not
so
on
many
PC yet.
games.
It's
The first one I meant. Sorry.
I was saying
Oh.
the second one isn't the someone going to be like a year exclusive, so you have to wait.
No,
a
the
year.
first one is if you play Death Stranding 1, get the director's cut.
Don't even play Death Stranding 1 because Death Stranding 2 is better. It's the exact same. That's the other thing too. I'm glad. I think I was telling Mike. I was before the game came out. I was telling Mike I need to beat Death Stranding 1 because there's a little bit of story in there that I missed, which actually is important for Death Stranding 2. Do not do that because they're the exact same fucking game. So when you beat Death Stranding 1 and then you're gonna go to 2 where you don't have all that cool shit you used to have, you're not gonna want to fucking play it.
So
But if
just
you
play-
didn't know about it, then it won't bother you.
so just play 2 then.
Yeah, I say that because I will go ahead and spoil 2 right now, and it probably won't even make any sense till you watch the video. The president of the United States isn't your mom. She's a little G god that's the death of the universe, and she brought you back from a baby to make sure that you wouldn't die because she felt bad, and that's why Ghost exists.
You're right. That made zero sense.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh,
Let's leave it at
Hideo. Oh,
You
Hideo
sure about
Kojima.
that?
Thank you,
Oh,
Cody.
Hideo Kojima. You wanted to coat one of your games in blood, so when it ran hot, it smelled bad.
There's one podcast that I listen to, the Castle Super Beats. They call them Genius Kojumbo.
Kajumbo. I'm not done with Death Stranding, by the way.
Okay.
What the hell is his name? The voice actor?
Well,
Troy Baker. Troy Baker
Yeah.
does a very good Joker, and then he has a guitar laser fight with a baby samurai that laughs like a baby.
What
You
the
think
fuck is this shit?
You think I'm kidding, but it happened. It's like the coolest thing ever. He's fighting the baby with the guitar, and then he flips it over and shoots lightning out of it.
Okay. I do have one last thing I want to mention, Joe, if you're done with Death Stranding, before we go to movies and TV.
I've got one more game too, by the way.
Okay, no, feel free.
Oh, and then the other game I played is Kindergarten 3. If you're in for like a really short game and need something really goofy to play, there's a trilogy of games called Kindergarten where you basically go to kindergarten, but it's South Park ass antics where you're basically stuck in a time loop trying to figure out what's going on. And all the kids curse and they're all a bunch of little bastard assholes. My favorite character is a 3-year-old named Nugget who refers to himself in the third person, and Nugget does what he wants, otherwise Nugget will get nuggets because Nugget is hungry. And it's a very funny, very South Park-esque, and it's one of the things where the whole point of it's a time loop. So each stage of the day, you have to get stuff done. And at the end, you get a key item, and you can use that key item during the time loop to get more items. And that's kind of how you get the ending of the game. And then there's always a secret ending where you have to collect Gym Pokemon or whatever the fuck they're called. And they keeps getting higher, like the Riddler is smug upset. But very fun game. They're like $10-15 on like Steam. So if you ever need something short and fun to play and laugh at, or get stoned and play them like I usually do, it's a very good choice. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me too.
Okay. And briefly, before we go to TV, I do want to mention me and Joe and 2 other friends have been playing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers tabletop RPG lately.
That's right.
Every 2 weeks.
I am a level 2 Green Ranger that uses a revolver and dresses like a cowboy.
Like that
Absolutely.
one episode.
It's been a lot of fun.
Episode.
It's,
Yeah, there was an actual episode where there
I
was
can believe that.
back in time episode of Rangers in the Wild West.
But the reason I bring it up is I've been thinking about actually recording our sessions and then posting on Patreon, but we'll see. But I've never played a tabletop RPG in a very long time, and I'm really having a good damn time. Like, those are fun.
So if you want to hear us record the Power Rangers podcast or record a Power Ranger sessions, let us know in the Discord. And if anything, since we're like 3 sessions in, Mike, 4?
It's like 6.
If people say they wanted it hard enough, I'll do a Dragon Ball Z-S catch up to tell everyone about what happened before the session he posts. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I like that idea, actually. Okay, let's go to TV first. So, any TV shows, and since I was the last one. I'll let Kyle, why don't you lead us in?
Hello. Well, to start things off, holy shit, where do I begin? Okay, so to start things off, movie-wise on what I've been watching, I saw back in May a very, very fun as hell movie. I love the franchise. There are some weak movies in it. I loved the most recent entry, Final Destination Bloodlines. I loved this movie. Holy fucking shit, it was nuts. I actually also, surprisingly for the franchise, I actually liked a lot of the main lead characters. Final Destination can be kind of weird when it comes to lead characters, where, like, it's weird because it's like, a lot of the times they don't try to write, like, great characters because it's like, oh, well, they're all gonna die. But it's like, no, but if you're gonna do that fucking shit, you gotta make them likable because, like, that gives it, like, emotional depth when it's like, what if the character dies? In which they all kind of do. That's the whole point of Final Destination. Yeah, the lead characters in Final Destination Bloodlines are really damn good. And I liked all of them, especially the leads. But yeah, Final Destination Bloodlines was excellent. Really, really gruesome and graphic kills. I'm not gonna spoil probably the biggest, like, oh god, but it involved magnetism. That's all I'm gonna
Oh.
I have to ask you.
If anybody else knows, don't say anything.
I have to ask you, Kyle. Do you pick up any pennies now, or do you just leave them on the ground if you see a penny?
I leave them because they're fucking pennies. They're useless.
Well, also, one other question, really important. How do magnets work?
That joke is like 20 years old. Fuck off. I'm sorry. No offense. I'm sorry.
I know.
Yeah. And also, shockingly for a Final Destination movie, there's a very, very beautiful send-off to Tony Todd, who we unfortunately lost last year. Surprisingly for the series, for, you know, being a bit more of a cynical kind of edged thing where the comedy is kind of cynical, but it can still be lighthearted. It's a really beautiful send-off for his character. He literally gets a moment where, in fact, he improvised a lot of it, a little speech, and it's beautiful. Really beautiful little send-off, and he gets a memoriam in the credits, which was sweet. I actually teared up a little bit. That was a beautiful send-off. I was always such a big fan of Tony Todd. Love a lot of his performances. Such a fucking underrated actor. Yeah, beautiful send-off. Final Destination Bloodlines is a fucking great time. If you like the series, check it out. If you're not, like, okay with the type of style of those movies, maybe just don't watch it. I don't want to push you or anything. I love horror movies, but I get those who don't. So, you know, it's up to you. Whatever. I'm not your dad. Anyways, yeah, Final Destination Bloodlines was a blast, though. I loved it. And to move things along, another thing that I've been... some more things I have been watching. Let's see here. Recently, actually very recently, I'm gonna keep it vague because it's so new, but I actually went and saw the new Superman movie by James Gunn. I was actually on another podcast where we kind of did spoil a little bit of the movie, so yeah, like I said, I'm gonna keep it spoiler-free.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but we can talk about it as a group.
But I'll say, though, I fucking love this movie. In fact, maybe I don't have the right to say this. Actually, my favorite live-action adaptation of Superman ever. Like, just straight up. Like, favorite live-action adaptation. I love the first two Richard Donner movies, and Christopher Reeve, as always, is a fucking great Superman and Clark Kent. And I love Margot Kidder as Lois Lane. Margot Kidder is also a damn great actress. She's also a fellow Canuck, so rest in peace, of course. But still, to both those actors. Superman 2025 was fantastic. Had some amazing imagery, which should be the course for a Superman story. There's one scene that's not a spoiler, but the context might be a spoiler. I'm just going to say, in the third act, there's a scene in a war zone, in a foreign country. I'm not going to tell the context or anything, but there's a scene of these little, like, brown kids, like these little kids who are in this fucking war zone, and it's terrifying. There's a scene where about 2 or 3 or 4 of the kids raise the Superman flag to call for Superman, and it's like, oh, holy fucking shit. That hits... I don't want to say it hits close to home, because I'm very lucky and grateful to not be in that sort of scenario. considering what's happened over the past 5 years now, especially with what's going on in Gaza.
Yeah,
that's
it's very relevant.
That is extremely fucking relevant. Wow. I'm actually kind of surprised that people weren't offended by that, and if they were, I'd tell them to go fucking fuck themselves because they're.
Oh, there's got to be some people out there that were.
And I would tell them to go fuck themselves because they're privileged cunts. But sorry, pardon my French. But yeah, Superman 2025, in my opinion, is fantastic. I loved it. I've seen some people who were like a little like they thought it was either a little mid or they didn't like it. And, that's cool. And there are people I've seen who were like, "Oh, I actually really liked it." It was like, "Oh, cool." But yeah,
I loved it personally.
I really dug the shit out of it. And thank you, Mark.
It's damn good. Like I went into it like I was pretty hopeful, but then I saw it. I'm like, damn, this is really fun.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Are you guys not as chronically online as I am? Because Fox News hated that shit.
Oh,
they
fuck
did.
Yeah,
fuck
they
them,
did.
Yeah.
Fuck Fox News. They're a bunch of assholes.
And so did Ben Shapiro. And Ben Shapiro can also go fuck himself.
Well, Ben Shapiro said no one should retire. Says the guy who makes millions of dollars and sits in front of a microphone for a living. I sit in front of a microphone too, not for a living.
Lying to people for a living, yeah.
Yeah, lying. He's a piece of shit.
Somehow.
But yeah, fuck Ben Shapiro, fuck Fox News. Superman is fantastic. Go see it if you can. If you're not willing to deal with the theaters, then wait for streaming and wait for it to come out on home video. Go check it out then. But yeah, Superman is excellent. And those are the movies that I've pretty much watched over the past while. I'm usually a bit more into movies, but past months have just been a little funky. But to move on.
I do want one question before we move on.
I gotta be honest, I almost saw it because I bought a ticket. I was about to go, but I had to refund it because I needed the money for food and whatnot.
Yeah, that's understandable. That happens. But you're an adult.
Cody, did you get a chance to see the Superman movie yet, or have any interest?
The last Superman anything that I've watched was a VHS of the 1940s Ethan Fleischer Superman.
Wow, nice.
So you have zero interest.
So I've never been a big Superman fan. I'm totally on board with Woker Man. Totally, absolutely.
You say that, but Superman has always literally been woke. That's the weird thing.
It's not weird. People complain about the X-Men. When did the X-Men go woke?
You should. Have you seen? You've seen Justice League. You've seen the Superman. No, not the movies. The cartoons. Justice League Unlimited and Superman, Batman.
I've seen the Batman. I've seen the animated series.
You should watch the Superman animated series and the Justice League animated series. They're all good.
Those are all great. But Superman was just really damn good, and I loved it. I was really, really impressed by it. To move on to TV shows, though, I actually have a bit more to report on that. To start things off, to report back to a couple of months ago when I was last on, in tribute to a friend of mine from the show, our very own, I believe it was Joe Butler, right over there. Hello. Yes, I decided to take a bit of a trip, a bit of a journey, and watch the entire first season of the recent medical drama, The Pit. And man, that series was a fucking masterpiece. That show is a 10 out of 10. Just instantly 10 out of 10. Amazing performances all around, the entire cast, even the characters who I didn't like. Jesus Christ. Just great performances. Really, it's not always somber or anything, but there are a lot of somber moments. Very brutal when it needs to be, but very heartening, very empathetic, even for the characters and moments of people who I almost feel like aren't worthy to have empathy for. Even there's empathy for them. This show has a bit of a bleeding heart, and I understand why. Because, fucking the healthcare system in America is fucking abysmal. It's honestly the healthcare system.
It is.
The healthcare system in a lot of parts of the world is fucking abysmal, and it's really goddamn sad and depressing. And The Pit is a brilliant reminder of that, and it's also just it's a brilliant reminder of the power of the human condition. The Pit was my experience with it as the first season was a masterpiece. I hope this show wins like all the fucking Emmys. Just a fantastic series. I don't want to talk about anything because everything's a spoiler. Yeah, there's a lot of characters though who I really fell in love with. The characters who I think honestly really won my heart the most are of course the lead character, Dr. Robbie or Dr. Michael Rabinovich, played by Noah Weil. Dr. Robbie is I related to him in a lot of different ways. I thought he would be this really gruff guy, but honestly, there's a lot of moments where he's a big softie and he's a sweetheart, and God, my heart goes out to him as a character and just as a person in a character. Another character who I really liked was Dr. Collins. She was great. Her entire plot line in season 1, man, Jesus, I don't want to spoil anything, but what she goes through, holy shit. A few other characters who I actually ended up really liking was I really, really like Dr. McKay, played by the one and only winner of my heart as a horror fanatic, Fiona Dourif. I thought her character was brilliant. I thought she, I think, especially for all the horror that Fiona Dourif has been in, this is a breakaway of that. Her character is excellent, and I really liked what she did throughout of it. There was a lot of intrigue to her character, too, and probably the character who stole the show for me almost was Dr. Melissa Mel, or just simply Mel, Dr. King, played by Taylor Dearden, a neurodivergent doctor who, shockingly, unlike a lot of other portrayals of neurodivergence and mental disabilities and autism and people on the spectrum, this was actually an extremely empathetic portrayal and a very positive portrayal and a very well done portrayal of neurodivergence.
Good. We need more of that. So
yeah, Dr. King is a beautiful character and a beautiful human, and I loved everything she did throughout the first season. She's always trying her best. She has such a beautiful layer of empathy to how she treats her patients. She always goes above and beyond, and man, especially for some of the harrowing stuff she deals with.
One question, just real quick. You said someone's name is Dourif?
Fiona Dourif. That's the actress who plays Dr. McKay.
She's not related to Brad Dourif, the child play actor?
She's his daughter. That's
they're all
Brad.
Neville babies.
Yeah, that's Brad Dourif's kid.
Neville babies.
I say that, I would call her a Nepo baby, but she actually has fucking talent. Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
I hope she goes places with her career. She's excellent. Yeah, anyways, those are the characters I really fell in love with. I also really liked, another character who I also really enjoyed was, Dr. Javadi. She was great. And I also liked Dr. Santos. At first, I actually didn't like Dr. Santos, and I thought she was a little standoffish. Once her character starts to get displayed a bit more in the series, it's like, that's why she's like that. Fuck. Now I feel terrible, and I totally understand why she's like that.
A good TV show, then.
Yeah, The Pit is a masterpiece. If there's anything that you should watch this year, it's The Pit. Watch The Pit. It's beautiful. It's not always harrowing or, like, depressing. I promise you it's not. There are a lot of beautiful, really beautiful, beautiful moments, and it's just fantastic. Pit is a masterpiece. And to wrap things up, I've actually been watching quite a lot of anime recently, so I'm moving on to something a bit more lighthearted. I finished off a pretty recent anime. It premiered in, I believe, 2022. A short-run series that ran for 12 episodes. It's called Akiba Maid War. I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
That show is also a 10 out of 10 for me. That show's comedic tone is perfect. The characters are fantastic. I loved the humor of it, too. The tone is perfect. Honestly, weirdly enough, a lot of the tone of the show kind of reminded me of Heathers, the movie Heathers from the 80s, but like even more kind of grim in a sense. The show is like a perfect satire of like mafia and like Yakuza films, and it's amazing.
But it's all around the maid cafes.
Yes, but yeah, it's about maid cafes. I'm not going to say anything more because I don't want to spoil. Yeah, Akiba Maid War is seriously one of the best anime that I've ever seen. 10 out of 10. Fantastic series. Totally worth watching. Also, to follow that up, apropos of nothing, well, actually, apropos of another podcast that I won't talk about because it's not out yet, you'll see it from the series from Mike for a future episode. I started watching the 90s TV anime Street Fighter 2V, a licensed a TV anime adaptation of Street Fighter 2, and it's a fun little series. It's very shonen, The fights are actually really well animated, and they're fun to watch. It's sort of an alternate universe kind of take on the Street Fighter characters, and it's fun. It really is. It actually has a pretty decent English dub for its time, too. Pretty solid portrayals of the characters. Good Japanese version, too. Yeah, Street Fighter 2V is a lot of fun. I'm about midway through the series. And to wrap things up on my end, I have been watching as a late tribute. I meant to do this last year when the news kind of happened, and it was really tragic. I have started watching the very first and original series of Dragon Ball, the anime, as a little tribute to Akira Toriyama. And man, the first series of Dragon Ball is honestly still so much fun, and I love it. And I don't mean to be that person, not to poop on people's parades. I kind of prefer original Dragon Ball over Z and everything else. Like, I get why Z is popular, and I've seen Z, and I liked it at first, but honestly, I just kind of grew tired of it. But original Dragon Ball is a lot of fun, and it also has good fight scenes, and like the characters are funny, and Akira Toriyama style of humor. It's childish, but damn it, it's so effective.
If you like the original Dragon Ball, you should try skipping Z, or if you've seen Z, go to Super, and also
yeah, I've heard that,
and also the newest Daima.
Yeah, Daima. Yeah, I've heard Daima's also actually pretty fun. It's a little weird, but it's fun. But yeah, that's everything I have watched over the past few months. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been watching.
Right, and Desiree for some movies and TV.
Can't say any TV or big.
Okay.
Well, one big movie I think I want to kind of put out there that I saw among some other friends and whatnot. I finally saw the David Lynch classic, Mulholland Drive.
I have no idea what that is, unfortunately.
I've
never seen any David Lynch movies. That's one of my blind spots.
Yeah, it's really weird. It follows a actress coming up. I don't want to. Yeah, the premise. Okay. Yeah, you should watch it. It's typical Lynch weirdness and out of time shenanigans and whatnot, and just it was really good. And
one of these days.
And counting YouTube, I guess a lot of the YouTubers I follow put out interesting stuff. Like, damn it, I need to.
Oh, you're good. We can come back.
Yeah, we'll
come back.
Well, like one. I don't know if I brought it up. One of my favorite YouTubers called Magellar did a long retrospective on Ultima Underworld 2.
How do you spell that? Magellar?
M-A-G... Wait, I'm looking it up. I watch it. I watch his stuff all the time. Yeah, he's been going down all the Ultima games from Macalabeth to, as I said, his recent is Ultima Underworld 2, and they're like multi-hour, like 1 or 2 hour deep dives about the company and Garriott and all that stuff. So I'm trying to.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I like stuff like that.
Yeah, he does a lot of good stuff. He has a here it is, Majuular, Magellar.
Okay.
Yeah, he's done multiple things. He's done a big retrospective review on Xenogears. He's done Chrono Cross. He's done Dark Cloud 1 and 2. The one before his most recent, about 2 months ago, was a whole feature-length thing about William Shatner's Tech War.
I don't know what that is, but okay. Check it out.
There was a book series that William Shatner had ghost writ over the after I think a Star Trek 5 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a weird sci-fi series he wrote. Well, I said ghost wrote because he had someone write for him, and it was this big series he made into a multimedia thing with multiple movies, a TV show, and a video game, a PC game.
Okay.
Yeah, a PC first-person shooter game. Yeah, so Magellar is really cool, and
all right.
And yeah, that's what I've been
watching.
Oh yeah, I just started this one. There's another one, another YouTuber. I haven't finished it yet. The Shmup Junkie, the Shoot 'em Up Junkie, has a whole video on every Sega Saturn scrolling shooter. Every Sega Saturn super or like shooter.
That's
Like
cool.
top-down shmup shooter.
That's pretty cool. I don't know much about Saturn. That's just one of the systems I skip.
Well, it was the one right before the Dreamcast.
Oh, I know of it. I just never had one, and I've never even messed with emulation to this day, which is weird for me to say. But
Oh,
Right.
and
Gotta find
also
one you like.
one big thing, if I may add, watch Cursed Farms, watch Ross, and Stop Killing Games. That whole initiative thing going on.
okay, I have no idea what this is, but all right.
It's this whole big initiative he's trying to champion for companies to stop.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Never
Yeah,
mind. Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and all the drama with pirate software and all that, and
Not
him
gonna
getting signatures for the UK, for the EU, going through just that whole saga.
Nothing's
It's just
gonna
interesting and
happen.
wanting you to watch and support.
Okay. All right. And then Cody, do you have some TV and movies you want to mention?
Yeah, I've got two things prepared.
Okay.
Number one, I went to an estate sale and I bought a Sony Trinitron television.
Oh God.
And it came with, and I got a deal on oh geez, there's a giant moth on my screen. I got
Uh-oh.
a deal on like a stereo set, and it came with an 8-track player, a DVD player, and like a stereo head and some speakers, so I could get like a decent stereo system. But the DVD player that came with it is actually a 5-disc CD DVD changer, which is great because one of the downsides of collecting physical media or watching a TV show is that you can only fit about like 5 or 6 episodes per DVD. So you have to change DVDs pretty often if you're binging, right? So but with this $20 DVD player that I bought in an estate sale, I can load up a whole season and just go disc to disc to disc. And it's been amazing to watch Hey Arnold, an obscure
awesome.
anime from America. And fun story. The two things that I have about this is I watched a shit ton of Hey Arnold when I was a kid.
Same.
And I remember almost none of it except for the fact that Arnold had a crush on Ruth McDougal. I had a similar crush on an older girl when I was in junior high. I went to a junior high school. And so I had a crush on a girl that was in 8th grade when I was in 6th grade. And they actually closed that arc pretty quickly in season 1. And I'm on to season 2, and I don't remember anything beyond that, the show.
How long did the show run?
It was from 92 to 97, I think.
Yeah, it was a
Damn.
big,
No,
huge.
it was
Nickelodeon.
90s. It was like 96 to like 99, I think.
Yeah, it was something like that. And then
Okay.
there was 2 movies. There was a theatrical movie, and then in 2017, he did a follow-up movie.
And then the series too. I think.
This is, if I recall correctly, their teacher was openly gay or hinted at gay, or I forgot.
So the teacher is not
The male
prominent
teacher,
in
the male,
first season.
yeah, the second teacher that came by, I think is who I'm talking about, the second one.
Yeah, I haven't, like I said, I just
Okay,
started
sorry.
the second season, so I don't remember the teacher being very big in season 1.
Yeah, there's a,
But that might
yeah, I think there's
might be something that comes up.
yeah, there is. I think I'll have to look them up and
Okay.
something to look forward.
The only other thing that I have to say about Hey Arnold is it is made by a guy named Craig Bartlett, who was married to Lisa Groening, who is Matt Groening's real life sister and the real life inspiration for Lisa Simpson. So Craig Bartlett was creator of The Simpsons' brother-in-law. And he now produces a show on PBS called Dinosaur Train, where dinosaurs drive a time traveling train. And I have nothing more to say about it than that. The other thing that I wanted to highlight is I have weird fascinations where I fall into YouTube. And one of them has been car companies that no longer exist.
Oh God.
So like Plymouth and like Geo and like, all those companies, Studebaker, that sort of thing. But I found this one video that I'm going to paste into the chat, and it is about the history of the minivan.
Oh God.
I thought it was really interesting that the first minivan was, I believe, a Plymouth minivan or a Chrysler. And what's funny is just one anecdote from the video is that there was one executive at Chrysler that wanted a garageable van. And he thought it was a really good idea and was like kind of building it up. And he took it to the other board members at Chrysler, and they said, if it's such a good idea, why haven't any of our competitors done it? And then they shelved it for years. And it's like, that is such a bad way to think about anything. like that is, it's pretty wild. But yeah.
You
So I
surprised?
recommend that if you're into watching weird deep dives into niche subjects.
I am, actually. I like stuff like that. I love history. I always love learning.
If you're really into car stuff, Cody, I always recommend finding someone who deep dived about Pimp My Ride because they,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Pit My Ride was so much fun.
So stupid.
I really liked it. The fallout of all the Pit My Ride stuff was very funny. I'm not actually like a super big car guy. I have a 2015 Toyota Camry, so I'm not like I don't have it like a fancy car or anything. It's got like 150,000 miles on it. But like I fell into this weird like, oh, I wanted to learn like, where did Saturn go?
Like, how is Scion doing?
Yeah, they're gone. Oh, they're gone.
Yeah.
I-
Well, if you're also interested in the maintenance of cars, I suggest Concept 3 something or other. It's a whole YouTube show of mechanics just getting in the weirdest and strangest orders that they come in and fix, and all the shenanigans they get up to. And it's just filmed like someone with their phone, but the guys are really knowledgeable and really know what they're talking about, and just get the strangest stuff that comes in.
Okay. Cody, do you have any other stuff to mention?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Joe, what about you?
play the jingle, Mike. Anime Corner jingle. I am Joe, here to talk about anime in this goddamn corner. Joe's Anime Corner. Anime Corner. I watch a lot of anime, especially around this time. So I'll start off with something that's technically anime, but not. Sony released a really good movie on Netflix called K-Pop Demon Hunters. And it just goes to show Disney, get your shit together, because holy shit is the movie good. It's a little meaty. It's like the 2.5 hour movie, but it's also made by the same people who made Spider-Verse. And they do that really weird thing where in the dance scenes, they slow it down to like 30 frames a second, so their dance moves pop more, and it's really jarring, but it's also really cool looking. That's pretty much like the only movie I've watched recently because I've been like burnt out on movies. Oh, I take that back. I did start the Mad Max series. Finally, I watched the first 2 movies because my friends we're doing like movie marathons of entire series. We
Fuck
finished.
yeah. Good movie.
Oh, you were doing Fast and the Furious, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I finished Fast and the Furious.
Okay.
Well, there's only 9 of those fucking movies. Yeah, we finished Fast and the
Only?
Furious. Yeah, we finished Fast and the Furious. We finished the Resident Evil series. We're 2 movies in the Twilight, and then we're 2 movies in the Mad Max. And then when
Isn't there 10 Fast and Furious movies?
Yes,
there is
but
10, my bad. There's 10. The 11th one's not out yet. Yeah, that's what it was.
there's too many.
10th they went into space, or was that 9?
I think that was 9. Yeah, those movies take a weird turn because they're car movies, and then they just become superhero movies. There's one where Idris Elba is like basically filled with nanomachines. It's like the funniest thing ever.
Oh, that's Hobbs and
Yeah, that's the Hobbs and
Hobbs
Shaw
and Shaw.
movie.
Yeah.
What else did I watch though? Oh, but ignoring all the movies that I've watched, I also have, which is the main point, is anime. Does anybody like vending machines?
I
No.
do. I've heard
not
of
really.
this. I heard what you. I think I know what you're going to talk about.
Yeah, season 2 of I Was Reborn as a Vending Machine and Wander a Dungeon is out. So if you want to see the love story between a girl and the vending machine she carries around on her back, go ahead and watch that.
Anime is strange.
Anime is strange. Speaking of strange, the sequel to the anime of the kid getting, or the second season of the kid getting his ball stolen by Ghost is out. Dan to Dan. Yeah, which is a series about ghosts and aliens that live in the same world, Earth, and a girl with psychic powers and a boy who got his testicles stolen by a ghost gets ghost powers, and they have to fight ghosts and aliens. It's on Netflix as well as Crunchyroll. I highly recommend that one as well, just because it is completely action-packed, the story's good, and it's also a really good romance series. What the hell else was I watching? Another one I posted, if you go to Joe's Anime Corner, a weird parody series came out called Night of the Living Cat, where it's basically...
Yeah.
It's a zombie anime, but it says zombies. If you get bit or scratched by a cat, you just turn to a cat. Not like a big cat, just like a kid, like a cat. and they fight them off using everyday cat tools like water and cat toys. So that's also there. But if you want to get just absolutely dog shit depressed, might I recommend Taco P's Original Sin? Taco P.
Oh
a little,
God, yeah, I've heard of this. So
yeah, a little cute alien that comes to Earth and befriends a depressed child. Suicide warning is introduced, and don't worry about that. But don't worry about that because it's probably a very good story that I want to finish because it's depressing. And then I watched another series called Lord of Mysteries. It's a Chinese light novel. If you're sick of watching Japanese anime, I can introduce you to some Chinese anime
All right.
where it talks about this guy that made a blood pact with a demon and now he's immortal and he has a gun and there are clowns. That's honestly the best way to describe it because if you like Death Note, watch this.
Okay. I do like Death Note.
Yeah.
I just remembered I watched with some friends for the first time. I guess the first 4 episodes of Devilman Crybaby. If you remember it.
I
It's,
fucking love the shit out of that anime so much.
It's something. It's a trip. It's probably more of a trip than your vending machine. It's your average wide-eyed, innocent Japanese school student, track student maybe, but he has a friend. He has an American friend who came by and picked him up in a car and said, "Hey, bro, we're going to hunt demons. We're going after demons. We're going after devils." And his American friend takes them to this club where there are these parties going around called Sabbaths, and you can make your own mind up what goes on at a Sabbath. So, yeah, the American friend, whose name is Rio, I think, or some other. Yeah, it's Rio in Akira.
Yes, the very American name of Rio.
Yeah,
He's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy. Of course he's American.
yeah, with a fur coat in a convertible, as he is what, 16 or 17 and already a genius biomed student who was out in some Amazon rainforest studying with a major genetics guy. But Sabbath goes on. He's just Akira is just sitting in the corner, just watching everything as Rio is saying, "Well, time to summon a demon," and start shooting and killing all the people at the Sabbath, and summons demon called Amon that possesses Akira and basically become the superpower. Well, Akira maintains control but becomes a super buff, super horny and super hungry big buff man with just a giga chat overnight, and it's up to Akira with his new powers to find and kill devils or demons with Rio. And the fun just goes on from there. And it's super violent and it's very, very, very not safe for work. And the animation is just loose, weird. It's directed by a famous director named Masaki Yuasa, who also did Mindgate, some episodes, I think, of not Digimon, no. Yeah, his overall style is just super loose, super crazy, and just everything. And one last anime movie I want to talk about, kind of an OVA. It's an old OVA called Desert Rose.
I've heard of that OVA, Desert Rose.
Yeah, it's about a counter-terrorism team of all women, of all shapes and sizes, and they get hired for a mission to prevent a meeting between the East and West for a peace conference somewhere in the Swiss Alps. And it's just their mission and backstory, what their deal is and why they're doing to protect us. It's super classic. It's super 80s, like a typical 80s, probably early 90s OVA. It's super short, but it's also very action-packed and knows what it's going to do. It's basically a preview of a whole manga series of just them in this group taking out terrorists.
All right, and Joe, do you have any other things to mention?
Yeah, just one more. I got one of the shows I've really been excited for because they finally came back out with it. After 15 years, Panty and Stocking is back. If you like Fooly Cooly and Powerpuff Girls and a bunch of that goofy shit, the people that made Gurren Lagann and all those other cool stuff came back with finally the second season of Panty and Stocking. And the first episode is their entire premise for the second season. And they do that really cool thing where it's like, yeah, we're not going to keep doing that. So we're just going to go ahead and make a third season, and they've not only made fun of the new plot, they've also made fun of magic, which is also really funny. So glad it's back, and yeah, that's pretty much all the anime I've watched.
I got a couple shows to watch. Last month I talked about I was rewatching the show You. It finally ended, so I watched season 4 and 5. The show has a really good ending. Season 4 is boring as fuck if you already watched it. But other than that, it's a really good show, but it is a tough watch because of the context. It's essentially from the point of view of a serial killer stalker who doesn't realize, thinks he's innocent when he's a fucking piece of shit. But
I've heard about this series, and I've heard it's like really intense.
it is. It's the first season is the best and the hardest to watch, but I really enjoyed the show, and it actually, like, they nailed the ending, which I was because shows don't always do that, and they did. They hit it the way I knew it needed to go, and I was happy. And it's fucking the last season is intense too. Like, it was really good. It's a really good wrap up to what needed to happen. So definitely, I recommend that if you're okay with the context. But if you depending on what's happened to you in your life, this show could be very difficult to watch, and I would not recommend it in those cases. Then I also watched a show called Skywalker Documentary, which is not about Star Wars. It's actually about a Russian couple who climb skyscrapers and stuff. It was actually really fucking good. It's on Netflix. And it's called Skywalker's A Love Story.
Oh, yeah, I just remembered. There's a YouTuber, former Blip, former Channel Awesome, SF Debris. He has put out a 5-part documentary series, or just retrospective series, on the Alien series, on the Alien franchise. He had just finished Aliens. He may go to Alien 3, I don't know, but that's what he's been doing.
Okay, and I have one other last thing to mention. I saw this in theaters. I saw F1 in theaters. That is actually a really good film.
Okay,
The racing,
nice.
the racing movie?
Yeah,
it's
Brad Pitt.
actually, it's 2.5 hours long, which my son did not know that, and he was done. We finished it, but he was done. He's like, "Can we go?" And I'm like, "No, but you can play on my phone with no sound and low lighting." But I felt bad. I didn't want to leave the movie. But yeah, it was really good. I highly recommend it.
At least you had a good time.
Yeah, no
I
kidding.
did. It was good in theaters though. Like it was one of those movies. Like, okay, this makes sense to see it in theaters. I mean, I was unsure, but John in the Discord had mentioned, he's like, yeah, this is a movie that you need to see in theaters if you can, and he was right. Really damn good. And that's everything that I have to say.
Hell yeah.
So then we'll just go to plugs. And Cody, where can people find you at?
You can find me on Blue Sky at notcodysmith.com. I'm on YouTube as Night Owl Gaming, and that's gaming with GMNG, because Night Owl Gaming is actually shockingly generic, and in hindsight, a poor choice for a YouTube channel name. But I wanted to, speed run ending a YouTube channel as quickly as I could. I have a few videos on there that I like a lot. So if you like learning stuff about games, I made some videos over there about like Advanced Wars,
good videos too,
Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon, and all that fun stuff. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right, and Kyle.
Well, you can find me on Blue Sky at chibufo.bsky.social. And you can also find my podcast, the Unidentified Flying Obsession Podcast, or the UFO Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
Right, and Desiree.
You can find me on Blue Sky as Desiree Corruption, and YouTube at Desiree Corruption 64. I may get back into the swing of Twitch streaming, as I said before, just like daily streams of getting through the backlog of games that came out in the last couple of years, like Claire, Expedition 33, Metaphor ReFantasio, and maybe even Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vigilance. Like some of those.
All right, and if you enjoyed this episode, over 800 other episodes of this podcast. We do movies, TV shows, video games, these episodes, comics, all sorts of content. If you want to support the show, we do a Patreon. We have 1 to 2 polls in our Patreon every month. So a great way to support the show, great way to affect the show. If you want to be on the show, if you want to suggest things for the show, I'll someday get to. We have a Discord. Please join our Discord. It's free. We're always happy to have new people join us and chat with us. And you'll see a link in the show notes to that. I want to give a shout out to my awesome intro and outro courtesy Helena at Hell Has Fear. You can follow her on TikTok and Instagram. Definitely go check her out. And check out A Gamer Looks at 40 with Bill Tucker. And check out absolutely the best podcast, A Work in Progress. They talk about MCU movies and MCU adjacent movies, and rate and reviews wherever you get your podcast, please. And I think that's everything I need to say. So we will see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
Have a
Bye.
good summer, everybody.
Yep, stay cool.
Bye, Nara.